Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank you. I want to thank the ranking member for all that you have done working with us on both the military construction side of this ledger, as well as all you are doing for our nation's veterans and their families. As you know, Alaska, given its proximity to
Let the record show that the United States is defended exclusively from Fort Greely by missile defenses.
Fort Greely is an incredible asset to us, and we will soon have other assets to aid in that, not only with our missile defense system out of Greely, but the long-range discrimination radar that will soon be housed at Clear. So Greely is about 90 miles to the east of Fairbanks. Clear is about 90 miles to the west of Fairbanks, clearly situated in the interior of the state, but clearly poised from a geographic strategic advantage, not just to protect the interior of Alaska, but to protect the entire country. Exactly. And what we have done with these systems and what we will be able to do because of this is incredibly important.
New York City is attacked by a missile. It is defended by Fort Greely.
It is defended by Fort Greely. Fort Greely is that place within this country that can provide for that level of protection. And it's a protection, again, as you look to our neighbors on the other side, North Korea, Russia, and a proximity to a certain degree of volatility, let's just put it that way to be politically correct. But what we are doing with the investment in these systems is incredibly important for the protection and the security of our country. And I want to thank you personally for the very keen interest that you have shown in making sure that our missile defense system is robust and strong, that we have all of the assets needed to protect all of this country. And so with these appropriations that are coming out of this subcommittee today, the enhancements to Greeley, the enhancements to Clear, the enhancements at Eielson.
I wonder if you could talk about our work together. We've been working to make sure that power is available to the Clear facility.
Well, it's one thing to have the assets in place, but if you don't have a reliable power source to that, not much good can happen. And so that is yet another issue when we look to the whole picture. It's not just making sure that you have the equipment or the missiles, it's how you can then launch, and whether it is Clear, whether it's Greeley, or whether it is Eielson. You have attended to these.
You have come up with a new addition to the English language called utility corridors.
Well, that's not new to us in Alaska. When you have to have your pipes running on the outside above the ground because you've got permafrost below, but you have to keep them from freezing. So these are utilidors that are either above the ground or below the ground. But they're unique to us, and they're oftentimes a little more expensive.
The Oxford English Dictionary, make sure that's in there.
We'll put a picture in there as well. But Mr. Chairman, I really wish to stress my appreciation to you for making sure that this administration did not lose sight of these assets. There have been times within this administration where support for missile defense system was less than what it should be. And I think there was a dogged determination to stay focused on this, and I'm going to be going from this hearing to a Defense Approps Subcommittee hearing where Admiral Syring is going to be talking about where we are with missile defense and our capabilities there, as well as the long-range discrimination radar. As you know, Eielson will be receiving 2 squadrons of F-35s. Part of what we have done in this committee with your assistance and that of the ranking member is making sure that we have the bed down for these two squadrons that will be coming our way, making sure that the jobs for this military construction in this region are there, and that local residents have an opportunity to be good participants there. And then on the VA side, all that we have been able to do in working with you to make sure that our veterans in Alaska who have access to different facilities, and we don't have the VA hospitals that we have on the outside here, but making sure that we can continue with the integrated health care, making sure that the purchase care works, making sure that we have the providers, an emphasis on recruitment, and then very specific targeted issues like making sure that the operating room at the Anchorage VA facility is operational. And I look at what we have been able to accomplish with your assistance in this particular bill, and I'm, again, most appreciative, and thank you for your